because it is easy to say stay positive when everything is going your way, when your texts are coming, when money is flowing, when you feel confident, when life is cooperating. But girl, what about when everything looks like it's falling apart, when they block you, when you're in no contact, when you are rejected from a job that you really wanted? What about when your bank account is looking absolutely disrespectful? What about then? How do we deal with those things? How do we not let that thing control us? Because that's usually the moment people give up. Not because they stopped wanting their desire, but because they started believing their circumstance. And that's what I want to talk about today. Because one thing is notice that people treat circumstances like final decisions when really they are just temporary situations. Hey girlies, welcome to the fifth episode of Girl Get Up. So today we are talking about one of the hardest things you'll ever have to do on a manifestation journey. That is what to do when your reality is showing completely opposite of what you want. I made a similar episode, that is episode number 4, but I'll keep talking about this because this is, I think, the most difficult part, because it is easy to say stay positive when everything is going your way. It is easy to trust when your texts are coming, when money is flowing, when you feel confident, when life is cooperating. But girl, what about when everything looks like it's falling apart, when they block you, when you're in no contact, when you are rejected from a job that you really wanted? What about when your bank account is looking absolutely disrespectful? What about then? How do we deal with those things? How do we not let that thing control us? Because that's usually the moment people give up. Not because they stop wanting their desire, but because they started believing their circumstance. And that's what I want to talk about today. Because one thing is notice that people treat circumstances like final decisions when really they are just temporary situations. A circumstance is simply something that is happening right now. That's it. It's not a life sentence. It is not even real. It's not a prophecy. And it's definitely not the end of your story. When we are emotional, we start feeling and start treating that temporary emotions like our permanent facts. And one bad day suddenly becomes my life is ruined. One rejection becomes I'll never get what I want. One unanswered text becomes they don't care about me. But girly, you need to calm down, slow down. Take a sip of water. Like I repeat this in every video. Take a sip of water, stay hydrated. Because you're turning one moment into your entire life, entire future. And that's not fair to yourself. Let's talk about specific people for a second, because I know somebody listening is thinking, but girl, you don't understand. I got blocked. Yes, okay, you got blocked. I know that hurts. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it doesn't. Let's be honest. Getting blocked and never hearing from someone again are not the same things. They are two completely different statements. One is circumstance, other is conclusion. But most people try to just jump on the conclusion that, okay, this is the end. They get blocked and immediately start planning the funeral for the relationship. But girl, you are like, why are we holding a funeral when the story isn't over yet? Now let's talk about job. Maybe you got rejected, maybe you didn't get the interview, maybe somebody else got the position and you are sitting there thinking, see, this is the proof this isn't working for me. It's the proof that one thing didn't work out. That's all. Not getting one opportunity doesn't mean you are not meant to be successful. Imagine if every successful person quit after one rejection, we wouldn't have half of the people we admire today. And if we talk about money, you look at your bank account, you see a number that you don't like. Suddenly your brain starts predicting the next 10 years, babe. You don't even know what's happening next Tuesday, and you are predicting next decade? Your current bank balance is a snapshot, not a destiny. And that's something a lot of people need to hear. And here's the biggest thing that you need to take from this episode. The reason circumstances feel powerful is because we gave them power. Something happens, you panic, you overthink, you cry, you stalk, you obsess, you check, you talk about it for 6 hours, you just yap, you just ram. Like ranting about it doesn't make it better, it just makes it worse. And that circumstance becomes the center of your entire life. Not because it is powerful, but because you fed it your attention. Attention is power. Your dominant thoughts are what your brain believes to be true. Your feeding grows. Feeding grows. Like anything, if you will feed even an animal or human, it will grow. That's why I want you to start asking a different question, that is, why is it happening? No. You need to ask, how do I respond? If you didn't get a text for an hour, it's fine. Like for an hour is quite normal. But it just keep happening. You can just have a conversation with your man. And I so much have this feeling that this is going to be one of our best episodes. We are talking diamonds here because you can always control what happens, but you can always control whether you're going to let it consume you or not. And honestly, that's where the power is. Not in controlling every circumstance, but in deciding who you're going to be when circumstances show up. So, if everything feels like it's falling apart right now, I want you to remember this. A chapter is not a book, a scene is not a movie, a circumstance is not a destiny. You have survived things you once thought that would break you. You have made it through the days you thought you wouldn't survive, and you're still here. And let me give you an actual great game plan, because when you're spiraling, motivation goes out of the window. So here's what I want you to do. Catch yourself the moment you notice yourself stalking, checking, crying, refreshing, overthinking the messages. Every 2 minutes, you need to stop. Stop for a minute because you are operating from panic. Just go out, make yourself a coffee, move your body, like moving body, like play your favorite songs, just dance on the beats. Whatever you want to do, just do. Redirect your attention. Don't sit there. Go out on a self date, solo date. If you want to go with a friend, just go. Let your mind calm down. And this is so important. The more you'll sit there, the more the circumstance will get bigger in your head. And this is so important because, girl, some of the best plot twists happen after you thought it was finished. So start working on it if you want a better reality. If you want your new reality to show up, you need to start working on this. Watch this video 10 times, 15 times, no matter how many times you want to watch this. If you're getting motivation from this video, keep watching it. The moment you will spiral, just open this video, my video or any manifestation quotes video, because that just fuels up your mind. I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, take care, do your inner audit because that is so important. Bye, girlies.